Not yet, but you will. My name is Samantha Dansby, and I'm going to be your new Senior Assistant Director of Product Distribution.
I'm sorry, but we're not looking for anyone right now.
That's great. My mother always says you find the best things when you're not looking. So I was...
How did you get in here?
That's not important. Now about the...
No, it's very important. I'm the Senior VP of the third largest toy manufacturer in the world. I keep a busy schedule filled with appointments and meetings all day long. I have 2 secretaries, and they each have 2 secretaries, to make sure that I don't have to deal with distractions, such as people walking into my office unannounced. So, one more time, how did you get into my office?
It's really not that interesting.
Indulge me.
I just walked in with 2 Starbucks gift cards, told them it was for Administrative Professionals Appreciation Day, which I guess is still a thing, and told them I was a temp that you hired so they could take the next 30 minutes to grab a latte on you. They say thank you, by the way. Anyways, boring, right? Now can we get back to talking about the job?
There is no job.
Of course there is. Now I can start right away.
Let me rephrase. We aren't looking for anyone right now. The position was filled 2 weeks ago.
But I need that job.
If you give me your resume and leave within the next 15 seconds, I'll be sure to let you know if the position ever opens up.
Now, when I say I need that job, I don't mean I need it, like I need the money, benefits, pension plan, and all that fluff. I mean, it's nice, don't get me wrong, but I can get that from anywhere since I'm smart, determined, and pretty much any suit with half a brain would be lucky to have me. But I need that job, as in I need it. I've always dreamed of working at JC Toys. It's what I've always set my sights on. Even as a little kid, I knew I wanted this job.
Senior Assistant Director of Product Distribution?
Mr. O'Brien, overseeing toy distribution, sending toys to children all over the world, that's the closest you can get to being Santa Claus.
I never thought of it that way.
So how would you like to begin this interview? Would you like me just to tell you about myself, or do you have some questions that you would like to open with?
We're not having an interview. There is no job. Now get out of my office before I have to call security.
Mr. O'Brien, I have 2 words for you.
Goodbye.
Lieutenant Liberty.
Okay.
Lieutenant Liberty.
You can keep saying it.
Lieutenant Liberty. An action figure produced by JC Toys, popular in the mid to late 1990s.
Yes, I'm very well aware.
Then you know his slogan, don't take no for an answer. Don't take no for an answer. Now, I may seem like a girl who played with party ponies or slender Sally dolls, but I'm a fighter, like Lieutenant Liberty.
I've noticed.
When Christmas of 1998 came around, I wanted Lieutenant Liberty. I asked my parents every day for 2 months. They would say no. They would say, Samantha, honey, wouldn't you be happier with a party pony? I stayed strong. I wouldn't settle for a party pony. I refused to take no for an answer then, and I refuse to take it now.
Don't take no for an answer was a marketing campaign I designed to make children annoy their parents into buying them Christmas presents.
Well, it also created a movement.
Of one!
All movements start with one.
It created a monster, that's what it did. Very well. You want this job?
Of course I do.
I mean, do you really want this job?
Yes, I do anything.
Glad to hear it. Erica, can you get Ronald in my office, please? Ronald is our current Senior Assistant Director of Product Distribution. You have to fire him.
Excuse me, sir?
You want this job? I want you to take it. I want you to look him in the eyes and tell him he won't be working here anymore. Can you do that? If not, the door's that way.
No, I can do this.
Excellent.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Ah, yes, Ronald, have a seat. This is Samantha from HR.
Ronald, it's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Work! Am I right? Ugh, now you can be honest with me. You don't really like this job, do you?
No, I don't.
Really?
I love it.
Oh.
It's been an absolutely incredible experience.
But the long hours, I'm sure they must be starting to take a toll.
I don't mind it at all. To be honest, it beats coming home to an empty house.
Empty house?
Yes, sir. My wife passed away a little over 3 years ago.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Again.
I appreciate that, sir. It's been rough, but working here I think has been the best thing for me. Everyone here is just so friendly. It was my birthday on Tuesday, and they all got me a cake that said Ron on it. Ron! Can you believe it? I always wanted a nickname. I'm sorry for rambling and taking up so much of your time. What did you want to see me about?
Samantha?
Okay. I don't know how else to say this, but Ron, we're gonna have to let you go.
I don't understand. What did I do wrong?
Nothing. I can tell you why, but please understand it has nothing to do with you personally.
So I'm fired? Just like that?
I'm so sorry. It's just sometimes for the greater good of a company, it has to make sacrifices. If it's not a good person you're letting go, it's not a sacrifice.
When I got this job, I was so excited. I called every relative, every friend, everyone I knew to say, hey, look at me. I'm going to be working at JC Toys, number 31 on Fortune Magazine's Best 100 Companies to Work For. I had reached the top third of the mountain. And now after 2 weeks of me busting my rump, arriving early, staying late, working through lunch, you're going to give me some cock and bull story about greater good. And Ron isn't a cool nickname. Well, let me tell you this. You may view me as just an easily replaceable cog in a machine. But I loved being a cog. I love knowing that this machine ran because of something I did. Even if the overall impact of my job was
Ron,
less than... Please, don't call me Ron. My new friends called me Ron. I mean, I get it. I'm only the senior assistant director of product distribution at a toy manufacturer. It's not like I'm Santa Claus, but I was okay with that. As a kid on Christmas, I would always think of the elves. Kids leave out cookies for Santa, carrots for the reindeer. Yet the elves behind the scenes never get thanks. No kid opens up a present and says, oh, thank you, elves. But without elves, there is no Christmas. I'm sorry I wasn't a good enough elf.
Jonathan, you were 150% right. This man is an asset to the company. I didn't believe you until I saw it for myself. He's just what JC Toys needs as its Senior Assistant Director of Product Distribution. Thank you for indulging us in this exercise, Ronald. You may go back to work.
I don't understand. So I'm not fired?
Apparently not.
Someone would have to be an absolute idiot to think there's a better person for this job than you.
Thank you. That means quite a lot.
Well, there you go. Now get back to work and keep up the good effort.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, where are you going?
I'm sorry for wasting your time. I don't have what it takes. I'm not a Lieutenant Liberty, just a stupid party pony.
Erica, can you get Brian in
Sir,
my office?
I can.
Brian will show you to your new office. You said you could start immediately, and I'm going to hold you to it.
I don't understand.
Do you remember the original slogan for Party Ponies?
Yes, it was. Even after the cows come home, these ponies keep partying.
I always hated that slogan. Found it incredibly irritating. But it made our company a ton of money, and like it or not, you are a party pony. And you said it yourself. Any suit with half a brain would be lucky to have you.
Thank you. You won't be disappointed. So, where am I working?
I've already told you, in HR. You said you wanted to be Santa Claus. We'll go manage your elves.